Now, okay, at one point in your life, because it's obvious, you were shot.
Right.
Okay. How old were you when you were shot?
19.
You were 19 years old. Can you walk us through that? I'm sure you've shared this before, but my audience doesn't know the story, of Twisted Black.
Okay, can they see it if I turn my head?
You can see it right. See it right here. Okay. Can you touch it right there?
Right there. So I was 19. I was in the street, thinking I was rich, getting at the money, and I can't say who done it, right. but somebody tried to put me down. So they well, let me clarify that, because I know putting down out here is different. Yeah, somebody tried to kill me. Yeah. So yeah, not like gang shit, but I basically got set up.
Okay, I was gonna say, was it somebody you knew?
Well, I was out with a girl, and she knew the play, and rumor has it, rather, some people, she got me there. I was with my friend, and he was with a girl, and then she set me up, but she didn't know they were gonna kill me. They, supposedly they were just
gonna jump you.
That's something I don't know.
Okay.
They couldn't have thought they were gonna jump me, because I was already laying motherfuckers down. I don't know really what they told her, but they did. And so the dude kind of came up behind me, because I was leaning in her car window talking to her. And this how I knew it's nothing nobody else could tell me that she didn't know, that she thought it was gonna happen like that, because I'm talking to her. You making eye contact with somebody, right? So I'm like on my knee with my elbows in her window, and when she looked past me like what the fuck?
Yeah.
And when she did that, that's what made me turn around. And when I turned around, as soon as I stood up, he had it kind of like right in my face.
A shotgun.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know how, because I don't remember everything. I don't know how, if it was dead in my face and I turned my back, or if it was at my back and then I turned my face. You know what I mean? Either way, it knocked me about 3 feet in the air. And then he stood over me to finish me off. But my best friend, Caddy, shout out to Caddy, just leaned down in the seat and pressed the gas coming at him in the car, and he let those shots off in the side of the car, so he didn't get a chance to go, splat me out. Yeah.
Oh. So when he left you, obviously he ran off. When he left you, he knew that he didn't kill you.
Fuck no. It looked like he killed me, because he shot my whole face off.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a slug, 12 gauge. So he I know I got him, but whoever had paid him to do it, he was finna finish the job. So shouts out to him. He was a real Kelly. He wasn't playing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever find out who that was?
Without.
Yeah, throwing it all out there.
Well, I went through a lineup of motherfuckers that I thought it was. So if I missed him, then this guy was on his side, and sometimes you miss.
Yeah.
But this guy wasn't on everybody's side. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's why I say whoever did it. This is like one of the mysteries for certain people. Of course, they know, but it never just really wiggled out for me to know, because they didn't brag about it. It was just a paid hit, and nigga, I ain't about. Hey,
do you believe God had a sign upon you that day?
1,000%, my boy, 1,000%. Because when I realized, I thought somebody hit me with a bat. So like I said, I used to fight too. So I thought somebody hit me with a bat, so I'm trying to get up to fight, and my best friend was like, "Lay down." I said, I'm thinking in my mind like somebody hit me with a bat, and he said, "They shot you in your mouth. Lay down." And I just said, "Lord, if you ever been with me, be with me now." And I remember looking to the side, and blood was just coming out like a lot of blood. And then some white guy happened to be on the scene, held my legs up real high, and then they called my play sister. By the time I get to the house, they call which is his wife, and she's always been light years ahead of us in responsibility. So she came filling and making sure I was good. And the doctors hadn't even noticed I was paralyzed on my left side.
Oh, wow.
It took her to realize I was paralyzed on my left side. So went back to surgery, and,
How many surgeries and how long did it take for you to really fully heal?
Fully heal? Maybe a year or so. I ain't gonna say fully heal, because truthfully speaking, the paralysis on the left side probably came back within 6 months. Then there was I had to get several surgeries on the scar.
Yeah.
Then they did like 3 surgeries that night. And then there's the part that nobody really thinks about. I went from a pretty black, smooth motherfucker that could fight and wood slang iron to this motherfucker. So then there was the mental part.
Yeah.
And that took a long time to, a scar on you. Think about it when you got a pimple or a scratch on your face. I don't give a fuck who you are. Like, God damn, look at this shit right here. You know what I mean? But this motherfucker right here, I'm like, God damn.
When you first saw yourself in the mirror again, what went through your mind, bro?
Nobody ever asked me that. What made you? Nobody ever asked me that. Because there's a story behind it. It's quick. I paid $122,000 for what they were calling cosmetic surgery. And I never forget when because they had the actual patch stitched. If you look above it, you can see the stitch mark. They'll never go anywhere.
Yeah.
They had it stitched on there, right? So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be cool. All the money I just paid to get this motherfucker right. You know what I mean? I never forget the day I'm in the doctor's office and shit. My mother standing behind me. I'm excited and shit. And he took he took it off. And I was like, what the fuck? Because the skin, you got the skin graft, that come off your ass. So they cut this little slab, look like a slab of bacon, going across, and there's a big ass circle right here. And it ain't even covering the whole circle.
Oh, wow.
Really, but what it was is, in time, it grows and mends.
Right.
But I wasn't knowing none of that. So to answer your question, when they took it off, I'm like, oh, this nigga fucked me up. I'm fucked up. Look like a monster, bro. Because you could look from the outside and see my teeth.
Wow.
It was a slug.
Wow.
True, am I lying? True story. You could look from the outside and see me. They had my teeth were blown in my mouth. They were in my mouth when they did the surgery. So they took my teeth. This is how amazing God is. They took my teeth that were blown in my mouth and just sat them inside the gum, and they re-root. Yeah. True story.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, dead ass. Because keep in mind, my jaw's wired shut because the jaw's gone. It's all metal. So my shit's wired shut. So they sit them back where they go because the teeth weren't damaged. They were just blown the fuck out. So they sit them back in there, wire my mouth shut, and they re-root.
Wow.
True story.
Okay, to me, since I'm not a dentist, that's a miracle.
Did you just get a loss of words right there?
Yes, I did.
That don't happen, but that's why they call me Twisted Black.